What's good, Pack Nation? It's Packin with Gary. Happy New Year. Today we have Jamal, Pack alum, and a fan, and we're going to, just talk NC State basketball. So Jamal, tell me, I know you saw the post-game press conference from Wade. Just tell me your thoughts, yo.
Man, you know what? As a coach myself, I actually love it.
Okay.
And man, that's hard for me to say when we talk about NC State coaches, especially basketball. But the
Right.
way he came to Williams's defense for me, I just think when you have a coach that will go to bat for your players like that,
Hmm.
that's encouraging because now, he's been talking all season about how he's wanting this team to get an edge and this and the third, trying to pull from. I think when you have a lot of criticism as a player, especially when you're the preseason ACC Player of the Year, and you've kind of been in a funk, and come to find out, he's been dealing with a pretty serious shoulder injury. When your coach comes to bat to you and comes to bat and says, "Look, his shoulder injuries is way more serious than anybody thinks, and the fact that he's even playing these games is a testament to his will to want to win and help this team. So I love it, and how he's just telling everybody to shut the hell up. I think as you know, as Pac Nation, we can get very critical, and fans can get in their feelings and say a
Hmm.
lot of outlandish things, right?
Yeah.
So for him to say, "Hey, look, I know y'all are passionate and everything, but back the hell up. Like we're okay, and we can win without him scoring big buckets, which we proved." I don't know
Yeah.
when's the last time you felt confident going into ACC play about this team actually doing something. I saw the spread for us. We were 10.5 point favorites. When the last time we've been double digit favorites in a conference game?
Yeah.
So I think that's a positive sign. Although we have I have a lot of criticisms with the team and everything. I think
Mhm.
for me, that was the biggest silver lining that we got from last night's win, and we started off 1-0 in the ACC. Hey man, let's go
Okay.
Pack.
So, I'll tell you, I'm on both sides. So I like that he defended his player. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Because I wasn't going to complain about Williams in this game because I saw how much he had did. Like he had some nice passes, right? And he makes people open sometimes and maybe not even, may not be open. But he is switching up the energy though. Because in that Ole Miss game, at the end he was like, "Oh, we're not gonna win many games if we don't get more from them." Right? And I'm like, okay, well, you said that. And really I didn't think I didn't care about his performance in that game either because we won that comfortably. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need him to do much. And so in this game, I felt like, yeah, he did more, but it wasn't that much better than Ole Miss. And now he's switching on us like, oh, back off. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I get the mess. I get what that can do for your player and recruits, right? Because if you're recruiting, you looking in, you like, look, this coach go to bat for his players. So that part I see. But I'm just like, he's very good at press conferences to me. Right? Like he knows what to say, when to say. His time is impeccable, man. So I'm like, I take some of his stuff with a grain of salt. Like, look, is that for us or is that for your players?
I think it was more for the players in
Okay.
this instance. Yeah, and to your point, yeah, man, come on, we know basketball. Your star player doesn't have to score to drop 30 a night. Like I
Right.
think everybody's getting lost in the sauce with all these phenomenal freshmen that
Yep.
are in the ACC with Boozer and old boy from Carolina. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is sensational. Of course, Williams is a senior. We've seen that he can do exactly that.
Yeah.
But I think with this team, I think they play better when we have more balance, amongst
Mhm.
the squad. And Copeland is the spark plug, but that Joker, man, I'm like, in certain situations, he does too much. Like you just had that 3 point play or layup,
Mhm.
and then you turn around and bump Buddy in the chest because you're so excited and amped up. That's 90 feet from the basket, dude. And then the third foul, that was a phantom foul, but he kicked his leg out and he
Right.
made
On the
contact with it.
three.
But if you,
Yeah.
if you don't make that silly foul, that silly second foul 90 feet away, now
Yeah.
you only have two fouls. And
Yeah.
it could be instead of winning by 12, because we want to run. He's, what I'm saying, he's feeling himself. Everybody's getting hyped, and then that
Hmm.
energy just dies because now you got to go to the bench and sit for the rest of the half. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that. Like this team to me, we're deep, and we got this is probably the most talented team we've had in a long time. Probably this, I would say, this century, totality of a team.
Hmm.
But it is about finding that edge, locking down on defense, and um, cutting down the silly turnovers. I looked at the stat line. We had like 17 turnovers. Like, come on, man. Like, we shouldn't be 10, 10 tops. You
Oh,
know what I'm
easy.
saying?
Yeah.
10 and under. And this team, we have potential, dude, but we can't. The way we played yesterday, the way we played against Ole Miss, that's promising. But when we see a Carolina, we got Virginia next. You got Duke. When we see those guys, come on, man. That's when you need Williams to step up
Yeah.
in those games. We can get by, you know, with balanced scoring and everything in these other ACC games. But when you're talking about the top five teams, man, yeah, he is gonna have to show up because that's what
Hmm.
he's getting paid the big bucks, right?
Right.
Shout
And, and
out.
that's another thing. A lot of fans are like, look, uh, we ponied up this money for the NIL, and you got a way bigger NIL than Keats had. We go chase Williams, and so you think you're paying for something specific, right? Which is like a star. And so when he's not a star, you get in your feelings. And I think that's fair for fans, to feel that way. Even though it may not be necessary for wins in our mind, when you go pay for somebody like that, they're gonna score, right? Like it's not just, oh, they're gonna we end up winning all the games and they're not doing much. They normally putting up points. So that's cool. My question for you is like, what's your thoughts on Copeland, right? Like you touched on a little bit, but we know my man had 7 turnovers last night, like or yesterday, 7. He had 7 assists, but he had 7 turnovers. What's your thoughts on him, man?
Man, look, it's one of those things, right? Like, but again, like I said, I'm a coach and whatnot. And when you see a player that you got to rein back sometimes, but you know he's at his best when he's just balls to the wall.
Hmm.
That's calling to me. And his energy, if all of the guys, that's that dog energy I'm talking about. But you can be a little bit too aggressive, and that's what I see. Coach has to, and maybe he can't. Maybe this is just who he is. We got to take the good with the bad, right? He's a senior. He's a senior, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, if you're still playing like this after 4 years, this is the only way you're gonna change is once you go pro. But
Right.
we gotta take the good with the bad. But I just hope that the bad doesn't cost us in crunch time. Like last night, yeah, against Wake Forest, he could afford to do that.
Hmm.
But against these other teams, man, and we saw earlier in the season. Right, I feel like more so than Williams, this NC State team is going to go as Copeland goes, point blank, period.
Yeah.
So if he can start cutting down the turnovers and doing too much at the wrong time, I think we'll be just fine. If he can't find that balance and Williams' shoulder still is a problem, I think we're gonna have a tough ACC run. We got the talent to do it, man, but I need to see more from McNeil Jr. He's turning into a one-trick pony to me. Like
Yeah.
looking at his stats, dude, when 80% of your shots are threes, come on. I know he can score at all three levels. I saw him do it.
Hmm.
But he can't do it against a JV team like he like we did when we played Texas Southern. Yeah, you dropped 47, hit 11 threes, but that team's won one game. Let's
Right.
do that against a Virginia. Let's do that against a Virginia Tech, any ACC team, right?
Mhm.
Just to
Yeah.
get that confidence. I think overall we'll be fine, but those guys have gotten gel and they're not gelling right now. They're starting to, but it's January, dude. So we're here now. It's
Right.
go time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like our team's like biggest like Achilles heel right now? What do you think we really need to improve on?
Shot selection. I think shot selection.
Okay.
I think our shot selection needs to get better. Quality of shots. Because I mean, just watching the games, like, yeah, we hit the in and out and they're shooting the threes, but then there's sometimes like your man Copeland, sometimes he gets ahead in steam, and now I want to take on 3, 4 defenders in the paint by my lonesome.
Hmm.
Like, you know, you
Yeah.
can get if you drawing in 3 or 4 defenders, that means 2 or 3 other guys are open. So
Mhm.
instead of trying to part the Red Sea and get into the cup, go ahead and find the other guy. But yeah, from what I see, if you would have asked me 2 weeks, last week or 2 weeks ago, the defense, absolutely.
Right.
But yeah, we need a rim protector. So I need Van Allen to step up and start blocking some shots, man. I look at the stat line, I don't see any blocks. And I'm just like, we need so ACC time, especially playing against Caleb Wilson and Boozer, we need our bigs. That's the other Achilles heel. Our bigs.
Hmm.
Down low. Yeah, especially in ACC play.
Yeah. So, I'm really not a fan of I said this a lot, playing two bigs. Like I like power forwards, they're more versatile, they can do a lot, step out, shoot the three, that type thing. We don't really have that on this team, right? Like a big one. A guy that's 6'8",
Yeah.
6'9", that can stretch the floor type thing. Um, but what I do like with our team is when he plays Musa and Lubin together and put Lubin at the four instead of him being an undersized five, right? And when we do that, that helps us rebound. And now everything else is clicking. And it makes Williams slide to the three. So he is at, playing the four. So I really like that lineup. For some reason, I feel like coach wants to fight that. He's just getting into playing it for some, odd reason. I don't know. My question is, what's your thoughts on Abube? Cause I see little flashes, but my man gets no burn.
Yeah, I see it too, man. And he's a senior. I'm like, yeah, I would go to him. He needs to start playing more. What's the point of having these upperclassmen bigs that are
Yeah,
just sitting there collecting dust? I
yeah,
mean, yeah, Abel showed flashes, so playing him and Williams can is versatile enough to go three. But yeah, like we need rebounds. We're gonna need rebounds. Caleb Williams averages what? Something like 14 a game, 12, 13. Boozer's averaging double digit rebounds. Yeah. If we're not playing Scotty, if we're not playing um Van Allen and Singala, like if we're not playing those guys, those are our rebounders. If those
mhm,
guys aren't playing against those big dudes, then we're gonna be in trouble because unless Paul McNeil is just hot and just go just like Coach said, unless we have somebody that just goes nuclear every
right,
single night,
yeah,
then when we play these big boys, then we're going to struggle. So yeah,
mhm,
coach definitely needs to start bringing those bigs out his toy box and start giving them some burn. Again, we're in ACC play,
yeah,
and we know how last coach fought playing bigs, and
yes,
we saw how that ended up.
right, right. And so that's a great, segue to my next question is like, what would you give as a rating for the start to the Wade era, right? If you had to rate from like one to 10, where would you say we at right now?
I would say so. We're 9-4 or 10-4.
10-4. Mm-hmm.
10-4. 1-0 in the ACC play. I would say I would probably give him about a 6. The only reason why is because the hype train was bigger than the hype right now.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would give a 7 or an 8 because I mean, hell, we're already in double digit wins. How long did it take for us to get there last year? And we started the conference off with a win at home. I mean, yeah, we lost some tough ones. We should have beat Seton Hall. We should beat Texas, but that's okay. That's non-conference. At the end of the day, as long as we're not losing to Wake Tech, you know, we still got a shot to make the tournament. So
Right.
I would give him realistically, I would give him a 6
Okay.
with the expectation of year one. All I
Mhm.
expect you to do is be top half of the ACC, and we made the NCAA tournament.
Right.
I think that's a reasonable, realistic goal and expectation for Will Wade, Mister. I win in every program I touch.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm from Missouri. Show me.
Okay. So I that is what where I thought you might put them. And for me, I'm like, that's realistic, right? As a first-time coach, if you get your team to the tournament, right, and you doing, enough to actually get in the tournament, be in the top half of the conference, that's decent. He did build us up though, right? And he came in talking about this reckoning. We're gonna be top four, double bye, and I got everything I need. Like he was selling it. And I'm saying, you know what? That is still stuck in my mind. And it's why a lot of us are not so satisfied with where we're at, even though it's a good spot. Right? Like it's like we're not in a bad
True.
spot, but the frustration comes from, hey man, you had us like pumped and then you backpedaling. So it's like, okay, we know that you're doing a good job, but man, we just expected more. So I think that's a fair assessment with that six.
Yeah, it's like he came in selling, I got this new Ferrari. And you like, oh man, it's more like a Mustang right now. Which is still a
Right.
good sports car, depending on how you look at it, but it ain't a Ferrari. A Mustang ain't a Ferrari. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? But I
absolutely.
take a Mustang. Is where I think we're all coming from. I take a Mustang because
Yeah.
we were driving. I don't know what we were driving a Tesla last year.
Right. And it was a used one. The battery was about done.
Yeah,
So what about let me ask you this, and then I'll let you go. We got Virginia coming up Saturday, right? Have you had a chance
yeah.
to see any of Virginia's games? You know anything about them at all?
I watched a little bit of them, and I would say the Pack Nation. If you're expecting the Pack line, Tony Bennett, we're only looking to score 50 points. That
Mhm.
Virginia's dead and gone. They're making, from what I see, they swing the ball. They don't use the whole shot clock. They got good size on them. They're a solid team, man. So the little bit I did watch, so if we can pass this test, I think I'm warming up a little bit more to what way to sell it. If we can beat Virginia, then okay, I'm getting my pumped meter is going back up. But right
Okay.
now, I'm still like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still waiting on this team for that signature win. So I think if we can handle business on Saturday, uh, I think I think Pac Nation will be a little bit more satisfied with our current position.
Okay. Yeah, they just went in in the triple overtime with Virginia Tech and lost yesterday. And I'm
Oh,
like, yeah, yeah, that just happened last night. So I'm like, whoo. It was at Virginia Tech. That's their little rivalry game. I'm pretty sure that was emotional for them. So I don't know how they're going to come into our game, but that could be to our advantage. That was a lot to go through and to lose. So we'll
in
we'll see
triple
how that
overtime,
plays out.
your legs might not recover by Saturday too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we can go in there and get one, you know, hopefully, I'm just hoping that when Coach was talking about Williamson's shoulder, I just hope his shoulder is on the mend now. Cause yeah, we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him Saturday. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, look, man, I appreciate you taking the time, to come on and chat with me. And any other time you want to get on here, you just let me know.
Hey man, appreciate you.
Nation, I appreciate you all tuning in. That's what we want to do here. Have y'all come on, share your 2 cents, help us keep the pulse of the pack and what's going on and how you all are feeling about uh, Will Wade and stage of our program. Let me know in the comments how you feel 2026 is going to start. What's your pick for the Virginia game? And as always, go Pack.